I've been to the zoo. I said I've been to the zoo. Hey, mister! I said I've been to the zoo.
What? I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
Well, I walked to the zoo and then I walked until I came here. Have I been walking north?
North. Why, I think so. Let me see.
Is that Fifth Avenue there?
Oh, yes, it is.
And what about that cross street? That one right there to the right. What is that?
Oh, that's 74th Street.
And the zoo is on 65th Street, so I have been walking north.
Yes, it would seem so.
Yeah, good old north. But not due north.
Well, no, not due north. We call it north. It's northern.
Oh, you're not going to get lung cancer, are you?
No, sir, not from this.
No, sir. What you'll probably get is cancer of the mouth, and then you're going to have to wear one of those things that Freud wore when they took one whole side of his jaw away. What do they call those things?
Prosthesis.
Prosthesis. The very thing. You're a well-educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
Oh, no. I read about it somewhere. Time magazine.
Yeah, well, Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
No, I suppose not.
Well, I sure am glad that's Fifth Avenue there.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like the west side of the park very much.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Hey, do you mind if we talk?
Why, no. No.
Yes, you do.
No,
you do.
really.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't mind, really.
Huh. It's a nice day.
Yes, it is.
And I've been to the zoo.
Yes, I think you said so, didn't you?
You'll see in the papers tomorrow. If you don't see it on your TV tonight, you have a TV, haven't you?
Why, yes, we have two. One for the children.
You're married.
Certainly.
Well, there's no law, for Christ's sake.
Of course not.
And you have a wife.
Yes.
Then you have children.
Yes, two.
Let's see. What else?
Girls, both girls.
Oh, not boys, huh?
Well, naturally every man wants a son, but
That's the way the cookie crumbles?
I wasn't going to say that.
And are you gonna have any more kids?
No more.
Ah.
Why did you say that? How would you know about that?
I don't know, maybe it's the way you cross your legs, or perhaps it's something in your voice, or maybe I'm just guessing. Is it your wife?
It's none of your business. Do you understand?
Huh.
Well, you're right. We'll have no more kids.
So that is the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, I guess so.
So let's see, what else?
Now, what were you saying about the zoo that I'd read about or see?
Oh, I'll tell you about it in a little while. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Not really.
Well, I'll tell you why I do it. It's just that I don't get to talk to too many people unless to say like something like, when's the feature start, or give me a beer, or where's the John, or hey buddy, keep your hands to yourself, you know, that kind of stuff.
I must say I don't.
Well, it's just that sometimes I like to talk to somebody. I mean, really talk, you know, you get to know them, know all about him.
And am I the guinea pig for today?
On a Sunday afternoon like this? I mean, come on, who better than a married man with a wife, 2 children, and a dog? Huh. 2 dogs? No dogs? Oh, that's a shame, but you look like an animal, man. Cats? Oh, cats! But that can't be your idea, no, sir. Your wife and children's? Let's see, is there anything else I should know?
There are 2 parakeets, one for each of my daughters.
Birds.
My daughters keep them in a cage in their bedroom.
Do they carry diseases? The birds.
Oh, I don't believe so.
No, that's a shame. I was going to tell you to let them loose in the house and the cats might eat them and die. So what do you do to support your enormous household?
I have an executive position with a small publishing house. We publish textbooks.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. What do you make?
Oh, look here.
No, come on.
I make about 88,000 a year, but I don't carry more than $40 at a time on me in case you're a hold-up man.
Where do you live? Hey, look, I'm not gonna rob you and I'm not gonna kidnap you.
I live between Lexington and 3rd Avenue on 74th Street.
Huh. Well, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No, I don't mean to seem, it's that you really don't carry on a conversation. You just ask questions, and I'm normally reticent. Why do you just stand there?
I'll move around a little while, and then eventually I'll sit down. Wait until you see the expression on his face.
What? Whose face? Look here, is this something about the zoo?
The what?
The zoo. Is this something about the zoo?
The zoo?
You've mentioned it several times.
The zoo? Oh, right, the zoo! I was there today. I told you that, didn't I? Say, what's the dividing line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class?
My dear fellow.
Don't my dear fellow me.
Was I patronizing? I believe I was. I'm sorry, but your question about the classes bewildered me.
And when you become bewildered, you become patronizing? Hmm?
I don't express myself too well sometimes. I'm in publishing, not writing.
So be it. The truth is, I was being patronizing.
Oh, now you needn't say that.
So, who are your favorite writers? What, J.P. Marquand, Baudelaire, huh?
I like a great many writers. I have a great catholicity of taste, if I may say so. Those two men are fine, each in his way. Baudelaire, of course, is the finer of the two. J.P. Marquand, of course, has a place in our literary
Skip
society.
it.
Sorry.
Hey, do you know what I did before I went to the zoo? I went and walked all the way up from Washington Square, all the way.
Oh, you live in the village.
No, I don't. I took the subway down to the village so I could walk all the way up from Washington Square to the zoo. It's something that a person has to do. Sometimes a person has to go an incredibly long distance out of their way in order to come back a short distance correctly. Huh?
I thought you lived in the village.
Well, what are you trying to do, huh? Make sense out of things? Bring order, the old pigeonhole pit? God, that's easy. I'll tell you where I live. I live in a 4-story brownstone rooming house over on the west side between Central Park and Columbus Avenue. I live on the top floor, rear room. God, it's a laughably small room. And one of my walls is made of beaver board, which separates my room from another laughably small room. And so I basically to assume that they were both one room. Small, but not necessarily laughable. Now, the room beyond my beaver board wall, there lives a colored queen who always leaves his door open. Well, not always. Well, whenever he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with Buddhist concentration. Now, the colored queen has rotten teeth, which is pretty rare. A Japanese kimono, which is also pretty rare, which he wears to the bathroom in the hall with great frequency. Well, what I mean to say is he goes to the John a lot. But he never bothers me. He never brings anybody up to his room. All he ever does is wear his kimono, pluck his eyebrows, and go to the John. Now, and then the other two rooms on my floor, they're a little bit larger, I think. I don't know. I've never been in them. But in the one room, there's a Puerto Rican family. There's a husband, a wife, and some kids. I don't know if people live there. These people entertain a lot. But in the other room, now somebody lives there, but I don't know who. I mean, I've never seen him. Never, ever.
Why do you live there?
Why not?
It doesn't seem like a very nice place where you live.
It's not an apartment in the East 70s, but then again, I don't have a wife, 2 children, 2 cats, and 2 parakeets. What I do have, I've got a few toilet articles, some clothes, a hot plate that I'm not supposed to have, a can opener, one that works with a key, you know. Let's see, a cup, a saucer, a few drinking glasses, a couple knives, 2 forks, 2 spoons, 1 large, 1 small, a pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck, 2 picture frames, both empty, an old Western Union typewriter that types nothing but capital letters, and a strong box without a lock, which has in it, what, letters and rocks. Well, rocks with the sea-rounded rocks that I picked up from the ocean when I was a kid, and underneath those are the letters. Please letters, please, when will you write? Please, when will you come? And when letters too, when will you come? When? Ugh, those letters are from more recent years.
About those 2 empty picture frames.
I don't see why those need any explanation at all. Isn't it clear? I don't have pictures of anybody to put in them.
Your parents, perhaps? A girlfriend?
Yeah, you're a really sweet man. You're possessed of a truly enviable innocence, but good old mom and good old pop are dead, and I'm broken up about it too, really. But that particular vaudeville act's playing the cloud circuit right now, so I don't see how I could look at them all neat and framed. And besides, or to be pointed about it, good old mom left good old pop when I was 10 and a half years old, on which time she embarked on an adulterous tour of our southern states, a tour that lasted about a year's duration. And one of her companions, one of her many companions, was a Mr. Barleycorn. At least that's what good old pop said when he went down, came back, and brought her body north. You see, it seems that good old mom had parted with the ghost in some dump in Alabama, and without the ghost, she was less welcome. I mean, what was she? She was stiff. A northern stiff. Well, at any rate, good old pop celebrated the New Year's for an even 2 weeks, and then slapped himself in front of a somewhat moving city omnibus. So that sort of cleaned things out family-wise. Oh, no, wait. Then there's mom's sister. She was neither given to sin nor the consolations of the bottle. My memory of her is vague, excepting that I remember she liked to do things dourly, like eating, sleeping, praying, and working. She dropped dead on her stairs of her apartment. Well, my apartment then, too, on the day of my high school graduation. It was a terrible Middle European joke, if you ask me. Oh, you're what? That was a long time ago, and I don't have any feelings that I care to admit to myself about any of it. But perhaps you can see why good old mom and good old pop are friends. So what's your name? Your first name?
I'm Peter.
Oh, I forgot to ask. I'm Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
So, what's the point of having a girl's picture, especially in 2 frames? 2 picture frames, remember. Now, I never see the little ladies more than once, and most of them wouldn't be caught in the same room with a camera. It's odd, and I wonder if it's sad.
The girl?
No, I wonder if it's sad that I never see the little ladies more than once. I never have sex with, or how would you put it? I never make love to the little ladies more than one time. Once, that's it, one time. Oh, wait, no, there was a time for a week and a half when I was 11 years old, and I hang my head in shame that puberty was late, that I was a homosexual. I mean, I was queer, with, bells ringing and banners snapping in the wind. But for those 11 days, I met twice a day with the park superintendent's son, a Greek boy. His birthday was the same as mine. And I was very much in love. Well, maybe it's just with the sex, but that's the jazz of a very special hotel, isn't it? Now, oh, boy, do I love the ladies. Oh, I love them for about an hour.
Well, seems perfectly simple to me that
Wait, what are you going to tell me? You want to get married and have 2 parakeets, huh?
Forget the parakeets. Stay single if you want to. It's no business of mine. I didn't start this conversation in the first place.
All right. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. It is funny. I'm surprised you asked me about the picture frames. I would have thought you would have asked me about the pornographic playing cards.
Oh, I've seen those cards before.
That's not the point. But I guess that when you were a kid and you and your friends were passing them around, or you had a deck of your own.
I guess a lot of us did.
And you threw them away just before you got married?
Oh, no, look here. I didn't need anything like that when I got older.
Oh, no?
I'd rather not talk about these things.
So no. Besides, I wasn't trying to plumb your post-adolescent sexual life in hard times. What I was trying to get at is the value difference between pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and that of which when you're an adult. You see, it's just that when you're a kid, you use the cards as a substitute for the real thing. And when you're an adult, you use the real thing as a substitute for the fantasy. But I imagine you'd rather hear about what happened at the zoo today.
The zoo? Sure, well, that is if you want to tell me.
No, sure. I'll tell you about it. Well, I'll tell you a few things. Let's see, I told you about the apartment where I live. I think the rooms are better as you go down floor by floor. Well, at least I think they are. I don't know anybody who lives on the 3rd or 2nd floor. Oh, no, wait. I do know that there's a lady who lives on the 3rd floor front room. Now I know this because she's always crying behind her closed door. And whenever I come in or whenever I go out, she's always crying. It's muffled but determined. It's very determined indeed. But the one I'm trying to get at and all about the dog is the landlady. Now, I don't like to use words that are too harsh in describing people, but the landlady is a fat, ugly, mean, stupid, unwashed, misanthropic, cheap, drunken bag of garbage. And I very seldom use profanity, so I'm not able to describe her as well as I might.
You describe her vividly.
Well, thanks. But anyway, she has a dog, and I'll tell you about the dog later, but her and the dog are the gatekeepers of my dwelling. She hangs out in the hallway all day spying to see that I don't bring in things or people. And then when she's had her mid-afternoon pint of lemon-flavored gin, she's always trying to grab a hold of me by my coat or my arm and push me in a corner so she can talk to me. Oh, God, the smell of her body and her breath. Oh, God, you can't even imagine it. And then somewhere in the back of that pea-sized brain of hers, an organ developed just enough to allow her to emit, eat, and drink. And she has some foul parody of sexual desire, and I, Peter, I am the object of her sweaty lust.
That's disgusting.
That's
horrible.
Yeah, but I found a way to keep her off. Now, whenever she tries to grab me and push her body up against mine, and talks about a room and how I should come in there, I merely say, "But love, wasn't yesterday enough for you? And the day before that?" And then she gets a puzzled look on her face, and she makes tiny, tiny beads of her little eyes. And it's at this moment that I think I might be doing the most good in this tormented house. A simple-minded smile begins to form on her unthinkable face as she thinks about yesterday and the day before, and she relives and believes what never happened. And then she motions to that black monster of a dog she has, and they go back into her room, and I am safe until our next meeting.
That is so unthinkable. I find it hard to believe that people such as that really are.
It's for reading about, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, fact is, better left to fiction. You're right, Peter. And now what I've been meaning to tell you about is the dog. I shall now.
Oh, yes.
No, hey, wait. You're not going anywhere, are you? Oh, but, I mean, because after I tell you about the dog, then you know what? Then I'm going to tell you about the zoo.
You're just full of stories, aren't you?
Hey, nobody's making you stay here and listen, all right? You just keep that in your mind, okay?
I know it.
You do?
Yes.
Good. All right. The story of Jerry and the dog. Now, what I have to tell you is how sometimes it's necessary for a person to go an incredibly long distance out of their way in order to come back a short distance correctly. All right, at least that's what I think it means. Well, anyway, it's why I went to the zoo and why I walked north. Northerly, rather, until I came here. All right. The dog, I think I told you, he's a black monster of a beast with tiny, tiny ears and eyes that are bloodshot. Infected, maybe. And a body, you can see the ribs through the skin. Now, the dog is black. He's all black. Well, all black except for the bloodshot eyes. And, oh, yes, there's a open sore on his right forepaw. And, poor monster. And I certainly do believe it's an old dog. It's certainly a misused one. It almost always has an erection of sorts. Now, that's red, too. And let's see, what else? There's a gray, yellow, and white collar, and then when he bares his fangs like this, which is what he did when he saw me for the first time, well, the day I moved in. You know, right from the beginning, I worried about that dog. Now, I'm not like St. Peter who had like birds hanging off him all the time. Well, what I mean to say is, Animals, they're indifferent to me. Huh, like people. Most of the time. But this dog wasn't indifferent. No way. Right from the very beginning, he'd snarl and he'd go for me to get one of my legs. Well, it's not like he was rabid, you know. He was sort of a stumbly dog. But he wasn't half-assed either. It was a good stumbly run. Well, look, right here, you can see where I had my pants mended. He got that the first day I moved in, but I got upstairs fast, so that was that. You know, I still to this day do not know how the other roomers manage it. But you know what I think? I think it's just me. Cozy. So anyway, this went on for over a week, you know, whenever I came in, but never when I went out. That's funny. Or at least it was funny. I mean, I could pack up and live in the street for all the dog cared. So after one of the times he chased me upstairs, I was sitting in my room. I made up my mind. I decided, first, I'm going to try to kill that dog with kindness, and if that doesn't work, I'm just going to try to kill the dog. Now, don't react, Peter. Just listen. So the next day, I went out and I bought a bag of hamburgers. Medium rare, no pickles, no onions, no ketchup. And on the way home, I threw out the rolls, so I had just the meat. So the next day, I'm coming up to the boarding house. The dog's waiting for me. I half opened the door that led to the entrance hall, and I entered very cautiously. I had the hamburgers, you remember, and I placed them down about 8 feet from where the dog was snarling at me like so. The dog snarled some more, sniffed, moved slowly, then faster and faster until he got to the meat. Then he stopped and he looked at me. I smiled, but tentatively, you understand. Then he turned back towards the meat, sniffed, smelled some more, and then ate them almost all at once, just like that. It was as if he had never eaten anything before in his life except like garbage, which might have very well been the truth. I don't think the landlady ever eats anything but garbage. But after eating all the hamburgers and almost all at once, making sounds in his throat like a woman, and then he ate the hamburgers, the meat, and tried to eat the paper too, he sat down and smiled. Well, at least I think he smiled. I mean, I know cats do. It was a very gratifying few moments. Then he snarled and BAM! He went for me again, but I got away this time too. So then as I laid down on my bed upstairs, I began to think about the dog. Now first off, I was offended, and I was damn mad too. I mean, these were 6 perfectly good hamburgers without enough pork in them to make them disgusting. I was offended, but I decided I'd try it for a few more days. I mean, if you think about it, this dog had what amounted to an antipathy toward me, and I wondered if I mightn't overcome this antipathy. So I tried it for 5 more days. It's always the same result. Snarl, sniff, stare, move slowly, then faster, gobble, snarl, BAM! Well, by this time, I was less offended than disgusted, and Columbus Avenue was strewn with hamburger rolls, so I decided I would kill the dog. Don't worry, Peter, I didn't succeed. On the day of the attempted murder, I went out and I bought a hamburger and what I thought was a deadly amount of rat poison. Well, when I went to go buy the hamburger, you know, I expected some sort of flack from the guy for asking him without the bun. You know, I expected something like, "We don't sell no hamburgers without the rolls," or "What do you want to do, eat it out of your hands?" But no, he smiled benignly, wrapped it in wax paper, and said, "A bite for your pussycat?" And I wanted to say to him, no, it's part of a plan to poison a dog I know. But you can't say a dog I know without sounding funny, so I said a little too formally and too loud, I'm afraid, "Yes, a bite for my pussycat." People looked. You know, it always happens. Whenever I try to simplify things, people always look up. But that's neither hither nor thither. So on my way home, I was kneading the rat poison and the hamburger together between my fingers at this point, feeling as much sadness as disgust. I opened the door that led to the entrance hall and went straight to the middle, and I placed down the poison patty. Then I moved over to the stairs and watched. The animal gobbled the food down as usual, smiled, which made me almost sick, and then BAM! I ran up the stairs as usual. But the dog didn't come to get me as usual, and it came to pass that the beast fell deathly ill. I knew this because the dog no longer attended me, and because the landlady had sobered up. She stopped me in the hall on the evening of the attempted murder and confided in me that gut had struck her puppy dog a surely fatal blow. And asked me if I would pray for the animal. Now I wanted to say to her, Madam, I have myself to pray for, the colored queen, the Puerto Rican family, the person in the front room whom I've never seen, and miserable people all in boarding houses everywhere. And besides, Madam, I don't understand how to pray. But to simplify things, I told her I would pray. She called me a liar and told me I probably wanted the dog to die. Now, what I told her, and this is what I told her, and believe me, Peter, there is so much truth in this. I told her that I wanted the dog to live. And I did, and not just because I poisoned it. I must be honest with you. I wanted the dog to live so that I could see what our new relationship might come to. It's important. Very important, Peter. You have to believe me. I mean, we have to know the effects of our actions. Well, anyway, the dog recovered. You know, I have no idea why, unless he was some descendant of the puppy dog who guarded the gates of hell, or some such other resort. I'm not up on my mythology, are you? At any rate. And you missed the $80,000 question, Peter. At any rate, the dog recovered his health, the landlady recovered her thirst, and was in no way altered by the Bow Wow's experience. So on my way home from a movie that I had seen on 42nd Street, well, one I'd seen, or like several that I'd seen, and the landlady told me Puppykins was better, I was hoping that the dog would be waiting for me. I was, how do you put it, enticed? No, that's not it. Fascinated. No, that's not it either. I was heart-shatteringly anxious. That's it. I was heart-shatteringly anxious to confront my friend again. That's right, Peter. Friend. It's the only word for it. I was heart-shatteringly, etc. to confront my doggy friend again. So I came inside where the dog was, looking at me. And you know what? He looked better for a script with a never mind. I looked at the dog looked at me. We stayed that way, still, stone statue, just looking at one another. I looking more into the dog's face than he looked into mine. Well, what I mean to say is, I can concentrate longer looking into a dog's face than a dog can concentrate looking into mine, or anybody else's face for that matter. But during those 2 hours or 20 seconds that we stared at each other, we made a connection. And here's what I wanted to happen. I love the dog now, and I wanted the dog to love me. I mean, I tried to kill, and I tried to love. And both had been unsuccessful by themselves. I hoped, and I don't really know why, I hoped that the dog would understand anything, much less my motivations. I hoped the dog would understand. It's just that, you know, if you can't deal with people, then you got to make a start somewhere, you know, with animals. Don't you see? If you can't deal with people, then something, a bed, a cockroach, a mirror. No, that's too hard. That's one of the last steps. A cockroach, a carpet, a roll of toilet paper. No, that's the same as the mirror. Always check the bleeding. God, you see how hard it is to find things? Too many streetlights all reflecting off the oily, wet streets. A wisp of smoke. A wisp of smoke. A pack of pornographic playing cards, regular deck. A strong box without a lock. Vomiting, with crying, with fury, because the pretty little ladies aren't pretty little ladies. With making money with your body, which I can prove is an act of love. With howling because you're alive with God. How's that? With God, who is a transsexual, who plucks his eyebrows, who wears a Japanese kimono, who cries with determination behind her closed door, and with God, whom I'm told turned his back on the whole thing some time ago. And someday with people, with an idea, with a concept. And wherever better to start than this humiliating excuse for a jail? Where better to communicate one single simple-minded idea than in an entrance hall? Where? I mean, it would be a start. to understand and just possibly be understood. A beginning of an understanding. Then with a dog. Just that. A dog. So the dog and I looked at each other eye longer than the dog, and what I saw then has been the same ever since. Whenever we see each other, we regard each other with a mixture of sadness and suspicion, and then we feign indifference. We walk past each other safely, and we have an understanding. The dog has returned to garbage, and I had a solitary but free passage. Well, I have not returned. What I mean to say is I have gained solitary free passage. But that much further loss can said to be gained. And I have also learned that neither love nor kindness or cruelty by themselves, independent of each other, has any effect outside of themselves. And I have learned that the three together, combined, are that teaching emotion. And what has been the result? The dog and I have obtained a compromise. Well, more of a bargain, really. You see, we do not love nor hurt because we do not try to reach each other. And was me trying to beat the dog an act of love? And was the dog trying to bite me not an act of love? I mean, if we can so confuse the two, then why have we invented the word love in the first place? The story of Jerry and the dog. The end. Huh? What do you think, Peter? Huh? What do you think? Come on. Do you think I could sell this to Reader's Digest and make a couple thousand for the most unforgettable character I ever met? Huh? Come on. What do you think, Peter?
I don't understand what. Well, I don't think I. Why did you tell me all of this?
Well, why not?
I don't understand.
That's a lie.
No, it's not.
I tried to explain it as I went along. I went slowly. It's the whole.
I don't want to hear anymore. I don't understand you or your landlady or her dog or anything.
Her
else.
dog? I thought it was mine. Oh no! You're right. It is her dog. I don't know why I expect you to understand anything. I mean, I don't live on your block, and I'm not married to a parakeet or whatever your setup is. My home has sickening rooming houses. I'm a permanent transient on the west side of New York City, which is the greatest city in the world. Amen.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to
forget it. I suppose you don't quite know what to make of me, eh?
We get all kinds of publishing.
You're a very funny man. You know that? You're a very a richly comic person.
Oh, no, not really.
Peter, do I annoy you or confuse you?
Well, I must confess that this wasn't the kind of afternoon I'd anticipated.
You mean I'm not the gentleman you expected?
I wasn't expecting anybody.
No, I suppose you weren't. But, I'm here and I'm not leaving.
Well, you may not be, but I should be getting home soon.
Oh, come on.
No,
Stay a little
really,
while
I
longer.
should get home because I told my wife I'd get home.
Come on. Come on.
Don't do that. No, I have to. No. Because the cats, the parakeets will be starting supper and the cats will be sitting at the table.
Peter? Listen now, okay?
What is it?
Do you want to hear what happened at the zoo?
Sure. I guess we had our own zoo there for a moment.
Yeah, that was very funny. I wouldn't have expected it. But do you want to hear what happened at the zoo or not?
Yes, by all means, tell me what happened at the zoo.
All right. I went to the zoo to find out more about the way that animals exist with people, and with animals too, and people. Well, you know, it probably wasn't a fair test. Well, with everybody separated by bars from everybody else. But you know, if it's a zoo, that's the way it is. Oh wait, move over.
Sorry, haven't you enough room?
So all the animals are there, and the people are there, and it's a Sunday, so all the children are there. Move over.
Right?
And it's a hot day, so oh God, the stench is there too. And the ice cream sellers are there, and the balloon vendors are there, and the birds are screaming, and the seals are barking. Move over!
Here, you got more than enough room.
And I am there too. And it's feeding time in the lion's cage. And one of the lion keepers goes into one of the lion cages to feed one of the lions. Move over!
I can't move over anymore. What's the matter with you?
Do you want to hear the rest of the story?
I'm not so sure. I certainly don't want to be punched in the arm.
Oh, like that?
Oh, stop it. What's the matter with you?
Crazy, you bastard.
That isn't funny.
Peter, I want you to listen to me. I want this bench. Now you get over there on that bench over there, and if you're good, I'll tell you the rest of the story.
But whatever for? What is the matter with you? Besides, I don't see why I should give up this bench. I come here every Sunday afternoon. It's secluded here. There's never anyone here, and so I have it all to myself.
I want this bench, Peter.
No.
You get off this bench and you get over there!
People can't have everything they want. You should know that. It's a rule. People can have some things they want, but they can't have everything.
Oh, God, you imbecile! You're slow-witted!
Stop
You're a vegetable. Go lay down on the ground.
Hey, you listen. I put up with you all
No,
afternoon.
not really.
Long enough. I put up with you long enough. I listened to you because I thought you wanted to talk to somebody.
You put things, well, economically, and, what's the word? I want to put justice to your... Jesus, you make me sick! Now you get off this bench and you get over there!
It's my bench!
Get out of my sight!
Damn it, that's enough! I had enough of you! That's my bench! You can't have it, and that's that! Now go away!
No.
Go away, I said! If you don't move on, you're a bum. That's what you are.
Woo!
If you don't move on, I'll get a policeman over here, and I'll make you go away.
Go
I
ahead.
warn you.
Go ahead.
I'll
Go ahead.
get a policeman.
Call the police. Go on. Go on. Scream your head off. They're all over the west side of the park chasing fairies down from trees or up from bushes. That's all they do.
Police!
That's their function. Go on. Scream your head
Police!
off. Scream it. Ah!
Ridiculous.
God, you look ridiculous. Come on. A grown man screaming for the police on a bright Sunday afternoon in the park with nobody harming you? I mean, come on. If a policeman did decide to fill his quota and come slugging his way over here, he'd probably take you in as a nut.
I just came here to read, and now you want me to give up my bench. You're mad.
Hey, I got news for you. As they say, I'm on your precious bench, and you're never going to have it for yourself again.
Look, you. Get off my bench. I don't care if it makes any sense or not. I want this bench to myself. I want you off it.
Oh, look who's mad.
Get out!
No!
I warn you.
God, you know how ridiculous you look right now?
That doesn't matter. Get away from my bench.
Why? Come on, you have everything in the world you need. You told me about your wife and your children and your own little zoo. Well, tell me, Peter, is this iron? Is this wood? Huh? Is this your honor? Is this the one thing in the world that you would fight for? God, couldn't you think of anything more absurd?
Absurd! Look, I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about honor or even try to explain it to you. Besides, it isn't a question of honor. Even if it were, you wouldn't understand.
You don't even know what you're saying, do you? This is probably the most trying experience you've ever had to face besides cleaning your cat toilet box. That's stupid! Don't you have any idea, not even the slightest of what other people need?
Lord, listen to you. You don't need that bench.
Yes, I do! I do!
Oh, God. I've come here for years. I have hours of great pleasure, great satisfaction right there. That's what's important for a man. I'm a responsible person, and I'm a grown-up. That's my bench, and you have no right to take it away from me.
I'll fight for it then. Come on. Come on, come on. Fight for it then.
All right.
Defend your
You
bench.
push me to it. Get up and
What,
fight.
like a man?
Yes, like a man, if you insist on mocking me further.
You know, you are a vegetable, and a slightly nearsighted one at that.
That's enough.
But, as they say on TV, you've got
Stop
a certain dignity. It sort
Stop
of
it.
surprises me. All right, so be it, but I have to warn you, we're not evenly matched.
Oh, God. You're mad. You're start making me mad. You're going to kill me.
No, here, go ahead, pick it up. This way we'll be more evenly matched.
No.
Pick up that knife and you fight with me! You fight for your fucking respect and your goddamn bench!
No, let go of me.
Fight me, you miserable bastard! Fight for your cat
child! Man! Get away! Leave me alone! So be it. No! God! No! 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 Oh! 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 Ow! Oh! Oh, thank you, Peter. Oh, oh, thank you very much. Oh, man, I was so afraid you'd leave me. No idea how afraid I was that you would go. And now I'll tell you what happened at the zoo. I think this is what happened at the zoo. I think that while I was at the zoo, I decided that I would walk northerly rather, until I came to you, or somebody. And then I decided I would talk to you. And the things that I would say, well, they would, well, here we are. See? Here we are. But could I have done all this? I don't think so. But I think I did. And remember the face I told you about? The face I told you that you would see. Remember? On your TV? That's my face. It's my face you're going to see, Peter. Thank you, Peter. I came unto you, and you comforted me. Oh, God, dear, sweet Peter. No, hurry up. Get out of here before somebody comes. Go. Oh, wait, one more thing. You've been dispossessed. You've lost your bench, Peter. And you know what? You're not a vegetable. You're an animal, too. Now. Now hurry and get going. See? Look. Oh, wait, Peter, your book over on your bench. My bench, rather. Hurry, get over here and get your book. Just hurry, go. Get out of here. Hurry. The cats are setting the table and
Oh my God!
Pizza. Oh my God.
I don't know what can be keeping them.
They're late naturally.
Of course they're late. It never fails.
That's That's just the way things are today. There's nothing you can do about it.
You're quite right.
When we first took this apartment, they were quick enough to have me sign the lease. They were quick enough to take my check for 2 months' rent in advance.
And 1 month security.
And 1 month security. They were quick enough to check my references. They were quick enough about all that. But now, try to get the icebox fixed. Try to get the doorbell fixed. Try to get the leak in the Johnny fixed. Just try it. They're not so quick about that.
Of course not. It never fails. People think they can get away with anything these days. And of course, they can. I went to buy a new hat yesterday. I said I went to buy a new hat yesterday.
Oh, yes?
Pay
Yes?
attention.
I am paying attention, Mommy.
Well, be sure you do.
Oh, I am.
All right, Daddy. Now listen.
I'm listening.
You're sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm all ears.
All right. Now, I went to buy a new hat yesterday, and I said I'd like a new hat, please. And so they showed me a few hats, green ones and blue ones, and I didn't like any of them, not one bit. What did I say? What did I just say?
You didn't like any of them, not one bit.
That's right. You just keep paying attention. And then they showed me one that I did like. It was a lovely little hat. And I said, oh, what a lovely little hat. I'll take this hat. Oh my, it's lovely. What color is it? And they said, why, this is beige. Isn't it a lovely little beige hat? And I said, oh, it's just lovely. And so I bought it.
And so you bought it.
And so I bought it. And I walked right out of the store with the hat on my head. And I ran straight into the chairman of our women's club. And she said, oh, my dear, what a lovely little hat. Where did you get that lovely little hat? It's the loveliest little hat. I've always wanted a wheat-colored hat myself. And I said, why, no, my dear, this hat is beige, beige. And she laughed and said, why, no, my dear, that is a wheat-colored hat, wheat. I know beige from wheat. And I said, well, oh, my dear, I know beige from wheat, too. What did I say? What did I just say?
Well, my dear, I know beige and wheat, too.
That's right. And she laughed and she said, well, my dear, they certainly put one over on you. That's sweet if I ever saw wheat, but it's lovely just the same. And she walked off. She's a dreadful woman. You don't know her. She has dreadful taste, 2 dreadful children, a dreadful house, and an absolutely adorable husband who sits on a bar stool all day. You don't know him. You don't know anybody, do you? She's just a dreadful woman. But she is the chairman of my women's club, so naturally I'm terribly fond of her. So I went right back into that hat shop and I said, look here, what do you mean selling me a hat that you say is beige when it's wheat all the time? Wheat? I know beige from wheat any day of the week, but not in this artificial light of yours. They have artificial light, Daddy.
Have they?
And I said the minute I got outside, I could tell that it wasn't a beige hat at all, it was wheat. And they said, how could you tell that when you had the hat on the top of your head? Well, that made me angry. And so I made a scene right there. I screamed as hard as I could. I took the hat up and I threw it down on the counter, and oh, I made a terrible scene. I said I made a terrible scene.
Yes, yes, good for you.
And I made an absolutely terrible scene. And they became frightened. And they said, oh, madam, but I kept right on. And finally they admitted that they might have made a mistake. So they took my hat into the back, and then they came out again with a hat that looked exactly like it. I took one look at it and I said, this is a wheat-colored hat, wheat. Well, of course, they said, oh, no, madam, this is a beige hat. You go outside and see. So I went outside, and lo and behold, it was beige. So I bought it.
I would imagine it was the same hat they tried to sell you before.
Well, of course it was.
That's just the way things are today. You can't get satisfaction. You just try.
Well, I got satisfaction.
That's right, Mommy. You did get satisfaction, didn't you?
Oh, why are they so late? What can't be keeping them?
I've been trying for 2 weeks to have the leak in the Johnny fixed.
You can't get satisfaction. Just try. I can get satisfaction, but you can't.
I've been trying for 2 weeks, and it isn't so much for me. I can always go to the club.
Well, it isn't so much for me or my sake either. I can always go shopping.
It's more for Grandma's sake.
Of course it's for Grandma's sake. Oh, Grandma cries every time she goes to the Johnny as it is now. And now that it doesn't work, it's even worse. It makes Grandma think she's getting feeble-headed.
Grandma is getting feeble-headed.
Of course Grandma's getting feeble-headed, but not about her Johnny dues.
No, that's true. I must have it fixed.
Oh, why are they so late? What can be keeping them?
When they were here the first time, they were 10 minutes early. They were quick enough about it then.
Grandma, look at you. What is all that you're carrying?
all those boxes? Where'll I put them?
Heavens, I don't know. Whatever are they for?
That's nobody's damn business.
Well, in that case, put them down next to Daddy. There.
I sure wish you'd get the John fixed. I sure wish they'd come and fix it. We you for hours whimpering away in there.
Daddy, what a terrible thing to say to Grandma.
Yeah, for shame. Talking to me that way. I'm sorry, Grandma.
Daddy, sorry, Grandma.
Well, then I guess I'll go get the rest of the boxes. I suppose I deserve being talked to that way. I've gotten so old. You know, most people think that when you get old, you either freeze to death or you burn up. But you don't. All that ever happens to you when you get old is that people talk to you that way. I said I'm sorry, Grandma.
Daddy said he was sorry.
That's all that counts. People being sorry makes you feel better. Gives you a sense of dignity. And that's all that counts. A sense of dignity. And it doesn't matter whether you don't care or not. You've got to have a sense of dignity. Because without that, civilization's doomed.
You've been reading my book club selections again.
How dare you read my book club selections, Grandma? It's because I'm so old. When you get old, you gotta do something. When you get old, people don't talk to you. They snap at you. When people get so old, they just talk to you that way. That's why old people become deaf, so they won't hear people talking to them that way. That's why you hide under the covers in a big soft bed, so people won't hear you talk that way, and you won't hear the house shaking around you from people talking to you that way. That's why old people die eventually, so they won't hear people talking to them that way. Well, I guess I'll go get the rest of the boxes. Poor Grandma, I didn't mean to hurt her.
Don't you worry about it. Grandma doesn't know what she means.
She knows what she says, though.
Don't you worry about it. She won't know that soon. I love Grandma.
I love her, too. Look how nicely she wrapped these boxes.
Grandma has always wrapped boxes nicely. When I was a little girl, I was very poor. And Grandma was very poor, too, because Grandpa was in heaven. And every day when I went to school, Grandma used to wrap a box for me. And I used to take it with me to school. And when it was lunchtime, all the other little boys and girls used to take out their boxes of lunch, and they weren't wrapped so nicely at all. And they used to open them, and they'd eat their chicken legs and chocolate cakes. And I used to always say, "Oh, look at my lovely lunchbox. It's so nicely wrapped that it would break my heart to open it." And so I wouldn't open it.
Because it was empty.
Oh, no. Grandma always filled it up because she never ate the dinner she cooked the evening before. She gave me all her food for my lunchbox the next day. After school, I'd take the box back to Grandma, and she'd open it and eat the chicken legs and chocolate cake that was inside. Grandma always said I love day-old cake. That's where the expression day-old cake came from. Grandma always ate everything a day late. I used to always eat all the other little boys and girls' food at the school because they thought my lunchbox was empty. They thought my lunchbox was empty. That's why I wouldn't open it. They thought I suffered from the sin of pride. And since that made them better than me, they were very generous.
You were a very deceitful little girl.
Oh, we were very poor. But then I married you, Daddy, and now we're very rich.
Grandma isn't rich.
No, but you're so good to Grandma, it makes her feel rich. She doesn't know you'd like to have her put away in a nursing home.
I wouldn't.
Oh, well, heaven knows I would. I can't stand it, watching her do the cooking and the housework, polishing the silver, moving the furniture.
She likes to do that. She says it's the least she can do to earn her keep.
Well, she's right. You can't live off people. I can live off you because I married you. And aren't you lucky that all I brought with me was Grandma? I know a lot of women who would have brought their whole families to live off you. All I brought was Grandma. Grandma is all the family I have.
I feel very fortunate.
You should. I have a right to live off you because I married you. And because I used to let you get on top of me and bump your uglies. And I have a right to all your money when you die. And then Grandma and I can live by ourselves. If she's still here. Unless you ever
anyways. You're well provided for.
Oh, you're my sweet daddy. That's nice. Mwah.
I love my mommy.
There. That's the lot of them.
Wow, Grandma, look how nicely you wrapped them.
You won't get on my sweet side that way.
Grandma.
Telling me how nicely I wrap boxes. Not after what he said. Oh, I whimpered for hours.
Grandma?
Shut up. You don't have any true feelings. That's what's wrong with you. Old people make all sorts of noises, most of which they can't help. Old people whine and whimper and belch and make great hollow rumbling sounds at the table. Old people wake up in the middle of the night screaming, and they find out they haven't even been asleep. And then, when old people are asleep, they try to wake up, but they can't. Not for the longest time.
Homilies, homilies.
And there's more.
I'm really very sorry, Grandma.
Oh, I know you are, Daddy. It's Mommy over there that makes all the trouble. If you'd have listened to me in the first place, you'd never have married her. She was a tramp and a trollop and a troll to boot, and she's no better now.
Grandma.
Shut up! I remember when she was no more than 8 years old. She used to get up on my lap and say in a sickening little voice, "When I grow up, I'm going to marry a witch old man. I'm going to set my whittle weir in right down in a tub of butter. That's what I'm going to do." And I warned you, Daddy. I told you to stay away from her type. I told you. I did.
You stop that. You're my mother, not his.
I am?
Mommy's right. She's right, Grandma.
Old as I am to remember a thing like that. We don't make allowances for people. I want an allowance. I want an
All
allowance.
right, Grandma, I'll see to it.
Grandma, I'm ashamed of you.
Oh, my time to say that. You should have gotten rid of me a long time ago if that's the way you feel. You could have had Daddy set me up in a business someplace. I could have gone into the fur business. Or I could have been us. You wanted me around so you could sleep in my room when Daddy got fresh. But that's not important now. Because Daddy doesn't want to get it fresh with you anymore, and I don't blame him. Daddy'd rather sleep with me. Wouldn't you, Daddy?
Daddy doesn't want to sleep with anyone. Daddy's been sick.
That's right, I've been sick. I don't even want to sleep in the apartment.
You see? I told you.
I just want to get everything over with.
That's right. Why are they so late? What can be keeping them? Oh, just some people who come, you know.
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't really matter whether you do or not.
Is that true?
Oh, more or less. Look how pretty Grandma wrapped these boxes.
I didn't really like wrapping them. It hurt my fingers. And it frightened me. But it had to be done.
Why, Grandma?
It's none of your damn business.
Go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed. I just got up.
Go
I want to stay here
Cool.
and watch
Better
it
stay up,
beside.
Mommy. It isn't noon yet.
I want to watch it
Better
beside.
watch, Mommy.
Oh, well, all right. You can watch, but don't you dare say a word.
Old people make very good listeners. Old people don't like to talk. Old people have colitis and lavender perfume, and I'm going to be quiet now.
She never mentioned she wanted to be a singer.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, but it was ages ago. Oh, goodness, here they are. Oh, just the people.
Oh, the van people?
I don't...
No,
Is it the van people? Have you finally done it? Have you called the van people and told them to come and take me away?
Of course not, Grandma.
Oh, don't be too sure. She'd have you carted away too if she thought she could get away with it.
Pay no attention to her, Daddy. My God, you're ungrateful.
Oh, dear. It's,
Just wait, I'll fix your wagon. Well, Daddy, go open the door. What are you waiting for?
I'd like to talk about it some more. Maybe we've been hasty. A little hasty, perhaps. I want to talk about it
There's
some more.
no need. You made your mind up already. You were right. You were decisive, you were masculine, you
discuss the pros and the...
I won't argue with you. It has to be done.
But
Open the door.
I'm not sure that's...
Open the door.
Was it firm?
So firm, so firm.
And decisive?
Yes, oh, so decisive. I shivered.
And masculine? Was it really masculine?
Oh, Daddy, you were so masculine. I shivered and fainted.
Quiet! Older people have a right to talk to themselves. It doesn't hurt the gums, and it's comforting.
I shall now open the door.
Oh, what a masculine daddy. Isn't he a masculine daddy?
Old people are obscene.
Some of your opinions aren't bad. You know that?
Maybe we can send them away.
Oh, look at you. You're turning into jelly. You're indecisive. You're a woman.
All right. I will now open the door. Watch me. Watch.
We're watching. We're watching.
It's opening. It's open. Here they are.
Ah, there they are.
You're late. But of course we expected you to be late. We were saying we expected you to be late.
Daddy, don't be rude. We were saying that you just can't get satisfaction these days, and we were talking about you, of course. Won't you come in?
Thank you. I don't mind if I do.
We're so glad you're here. You remember us, don't you? You were here once before. I'm Mommy, and this is Daddy, and that's Grandma, doddering there in the corner.
Hello, Mommy. Hello, Daddy. And hello there, Grandma.
Now that you're here, I don't suppose you'd go away and come back some other time.
Oh, no. We're much too efficient for that. I said hello there, Grandma.
Speak to them, Grandma.
I don't see them.
For shame, Grandma. They're here.
Yes, we're here, Grandma. I'm Mrs. Barker. I remember you. Don't you remember me?
I don't recall. Maybe you were younger or something.
Grandma, what a terrible thing to say.
Oh, now don't scold her, Mommy. For all she knows, she may be right.
Mrs. Barker, is it? Won't you have a seat?
I don't mind if I do.
And would you like a cigarette and a drink? And would you like to cross your legs?
You forget yourself, Mommy. I'm a professional woman, but I will cross my legs.
Yes, make yourself comfortable.
I don't mind if I do.
Are they still here?
Quiet, Grandma.
We're still here. My, what an unattractive apartment you have.
Yes, but you don't know what a trouble it is. Let me tell
I
you.
was just saying to Mommy
Yes, I know. I was listening outside.
about the doorbell and the icebox
And the Johnny? Yes, we're very efficient. We have to know everything in our work.
Exactly what do you do?
Yes, what is your work?
Well, my dear, for one thing, I'm chairman of your women's club.
Don't be ridiculous. I was just speaking to the chairman of my women's club yesterday. Why, so you are. Daddy, you remember the lady I was telling you about? The lady who had the husband who sat on the swing? Don't you remember?
No.
Of course you do. Oh, Mrs. Barker, I am so sorry. I would have recognized you anywhere, except for this artificial light. And look, you have a hat just like the one I bought yesterday.
No, not really. This hat is cream.
Well, my dear, that may look like a cream hat to you, but I can assure you
Now,
that...
now. You seem to forget who I am.
Yes, I do, don't I? Are you sure you're comfortable? Won't you take off your dress?
I don't mind if I do.
and giggle.
Daddy's going to blush and giggle.
Oh, you're lucky to have such a man for a husband.
Oh, don't I know it?
I just blushed and giggled and went sticky wet.
Isn't Daddy a caution, Mrs. Parker?
Maybe if I
Oh, no, that isn't necessary.
I don't mind if I don't mind if I do.
I won't have you smoking in my house, and that's that. You're a professional woman.
Grandma drinks and smokes, don't you, Grandma?
No. Well, now, Mrs. Parker, suppose you tell us why you're here.
The boxes! The boxes!
What was that, Grandma?
Boxes, damn it!
Boxes. She said boxes. She mentioned the boxes.
What about the boxes, Grandma? Maybe Mrs. Barker is here because of the boxes. Is that what you meant, Grandma?
Well, I don't know if that's what I meant or not. It's certainly not what I thought I meant.
Grandma is of the
Can we
opinion...
assume that the boxes are for us?
No.
I mean, can we assume that you had us come here for the boxes?
Are you in the habit of receiving boxes?
That's a very good question.
Oh, now, that depends on the reason we're here. I've got my fingers in so many little pies, you know. Now, I can think of one of my little activities in which we're in the habit of receiving baskets, but more in a literary sense than really. We might receive boxes, though, under very special circumstances. I'm afraid that's the best answer I can give.
It's a very interesting answer.
I thought so. But does it help?
No, I'm afraid not.
I don't suppose it would help any if I said I feel misgivings, that I have definite qualms.
Where, Daddy?
Well, mostly right here, right where the stitches were.
Daddy's had an operation, you know.
Oh, you poor daddy. I didn't know. But then, how could I?
You could have asked. It wouldn't have hurt you.
Dry up, Grandma.
Oh, there you go. Letting your true feelings come out. Old people aren't dry enough, I suppose. My sacks are empty. The fluid in my eyeballs is all caked up on the inside edges. My spine is sugar candy. I breathe ice. But you won't hear me complain. People don't hear old people complain because they think that's all that old people do. But the truth is, that's because our bodies are gnarled and sagged and twisted into the shape of a complaint. That's all.
What was wrong, Daddy?
Well, you know how it is. The doctors took out something that was there and put in something that wasn't there. An operation.
You're very fortunate, I should say.
Oh, he is. All of his life, Daddy has wanted to be a United States Senator. But now that he's changed his mind, he's going to spend the rest of his life wanting to be governor. It's nearer the apartment, you know.
You are fortunate, Daddy.
Yes, indeed, except now and then I get these qualms. Definite ones.
Well, it's just a matter of things settling. You're like an old house.
Why? Daddy, thank Mrs. Barker.
Thank you.
Ambition. That's the ticket. I have a brother who's very much like you, Daddy. Ambitious. Of course, he's a great deal younger than you are. He's even younger than I am, if such a thing is possible. He runs a little newspaper. Just a little newspaper, but he runs it. He's chief cook and bottle washer of that little newspaper, which he calls the Village Idiot. He has such a sense of humor. He's so self-deprecating, so modest. And he'd never admit it, but he is the Village Idiot.
Oh, I think that's just grand. Don't you think so, Daddy?
Yes, just grand.
My brother's a dear man, and he has a dear little wife whom he loves dearly. He loves her so much, he can't get a sentence out without mentioning her. He wants everybody to know he's married. He's really a stickler on that point. He can't be introduced or say hello without saying, "Of course, I'm married." As far as I'm concerned, he's the chief exponent of woman love in this whole country. Why, he's even been written up in psychiatric journals because of it.
Indeed.
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, I think so. There's too much woman hatred in this country, and that's a fact.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think that's just grand. Don't you think so, Daddy?
Yeah, just grand.
In case anybody's
Be quiet,
interested.
Grandma.
Nuts.
Oh, you must forgive Grandma, Mrs. Barker. She's rural.
I don't mind if I do.
Maybe Grandma has something to say.
Nonsense. Old people don't have anything to say. And say? Nobody would listen to them. You see, I can pull that stuff just as easy as you can.
Well, you got the rhythm. But you don't have the quality. Besides, you're middle-aged.
I'm proud of it.
Look, let me show you how it's really done. Middle-aged people think they can do anything. But the truth is, middle-aged people can't do most of the things as well as they used to. Middle-aged people think they're special because they're like everybody else. We live in an age of deformity. You see? Rhythm and content. You'll learn.
I do wish I weren't surrounded by women. I'd like some men around here.
You can say that again.
Well, I hardly count as a woman, so can I say my piece?
Go on, jabber away.
Well, it's simple. The fact is, these boxes have nothing to do with why this good woman is come to call. Now, if anybody's interested in
That all
knowing...
may be true, Grandma, but what does it have to do with why... Excuse me, what was that name again?
Mrs. Barker.
Exactly. What does it have to do with why... That name again?
Mrs. Barker.
Precisely. What does it have to do with why what's-her-name is here?
They're here because we asked them. Yes, that's why.
Now, if anybody's interested...
Well, nobody is interested.
Oh, you can be as snippy as you like for all the good it'll do you.
You two have to stop arguing.
I don't argue with her.
We'll just have to stop.
Well, why don't you call a band and have her take it away?
Don't bother, there's no need.
No, now perhaps I can leave myself.
Well, one or the other. The way things are now, it's impossible. And in the first place, this apartment is too crowded. And it's you that's taking up all the space.
Me.
With your enema bottles and your Pekingese and God knows what else, and now all these boxes.
These boxes?
I've never heard of enema bottles.
Oh, she means enema bags. But she doesn't know the difference. Mommy comes from extremely bad stock. And besides, when she was born, it was a difficult delivery. And she had a head shaped like a banana.
Fine. Daddy, did you hear that? See how ungrateful she is after all these years, after all that we've done for her? One of these days, you're going to be taken away in a van. That's what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Like a banana.
Yep, just like a banana.
My word.
Stop listening to her. She'll say anything. Just last night she called Daddy a hedgehog.
She didn't. That's right, baby. You stick up for
Oh,
me.
I don't know where she gets the words. On the television, maybe. Did you really call him a hedgehog?
Oh, look. What difference does it make whether I did or not?
Grandma's right. Leave Grandma alone.
How dare you?
Oh, leave her alone, Daddy. The kid's all mixed up.
You see, I told you, it's all those television shows. Daddy, you go right into Grandma's room, you take her television, and you shake all the tubes
Oh,
loose.
don't mention tubes to me.
Mommy, sorry. Daddy has tubes now where he used to have tracks.
Is that a fact?
I know why this good woman is here.
You be still.
Oh, I do wish you'd tell me.
No, that wouldn't be fair at all.
Besides, she knows why she's here. She's here to be called them.
La, but that still leaves me puzzled. I've got my fingers in so many little pies, you know. But with this committee and that committee and the responsible citizens activities I indulge in.
Oh my, busy.
Yes, indeed. So I'm afraid you'll have to give me some help.
No, you must be mistaken. I can't believe that we asked you here to give you any help. With the way taxes are these days and the way you can't get satisfaction in anything? No, I don't believe so.
Besides, I should think if you need help, you could apply for the Fulbright scholarship.
And if not that, then the Guggenheim Fellowship.
Well, why not shoot the works and go for the free to roam? You beasts.
Oh, what a jolly family. But let me think. I need even work these days.
There's the Ladies Auxiliary Air Raid Committee for one thing. How do you feel about air raids? Oh, I'd say we're hostile.
Yes, definitely, we're hostile.
Well, then you'll be no help there. There's too much hostility in the world today as it is. But I'll not badger you. There's a circuit of badgers as well.
Oh, while we're at it, there seems to be a run on old people, too. The Department of Agriculture. Well, maybe it wasn't the Department of Agriculture. Anyway, a department that's run by a girl put out some figures saying that 90% of the adult population was over 80. Or maybe it was 80%.
You're such a liar! You just finished saying that everyone was middle-aged.
I was only telling what the government says. That has nothing
All
to do.
you see is that television, Daddy. Go break her television.
You won't find it.
If I must, I must.
Oh, and don't step on the Pekingese. It's blind.
It may be blind, but Daddy isn't.
You won't find it either.
Oh, I'm so fortunate to have such a daddy, aren't I? Just think, I could have had a husband who was poor or argumentative, or a husband who sat on a bar stool all day. Oh, what did I say? What have I said?
Said you could have had a husband who sat on a bar.
I could just die. I'm mortified. I could cut my tongue out.
don't think about it.
I could. I really could.
Don't think about it, really.
You're quite right. I won't think about it, and then that way I'll forget I ever said it. And then that way it will be all right. There, I've forgotten. Well, now that Daddy's in the room, we can have some girl talk.
I'm not sure if I want
You
to.
do want to have some girl talk, don't you?
What I was going to say is I'm not sure I wouldn't care for a glass of water. I feel a little faint.
Oh, Grandma, go get Mrs. Barber a glass of water.
Go get it yourself. I quit.
Grandma loves to do little things around the house. It gives her a false sense of security.
I quit. I'm through.
You be a good grandma now, or you know what will happen to you. You'll be taken away by a man.
You don't frighten me. I'm too old to be frightened.
Oh, I'll take you later. I'll hide your teeth out.
Everything's hidden.
I am going to faint.
Oh,
I am.
good heavens, I'll get it myself. I'll fix you later. Just you wait, Grandma. I'll get you later.
Oh, go soak your head. Well, dearie, are you feeling any better?
A little better, I think. Yes. Much better. Thank you, Grandma.
That's good.
But I feel so lost, not knowing why I'm here. And on top of it, they say I've been here before.
Well, you have. Not here exactly. Because we move around a lot. From apartment to apartment. Sort of up and down the social ladder, like mice. If you like similes.
I don't, particularly.
Oh, well, then, sorry.
Grandma, I feel like I can trust you.
Oh, don't be too sure of it. It's every man for himself around this place.
Oh, is it? Nonetheless, I really do feel like I can trust you. Please, tell me why they called and asked us to come. I implore you.
Oh, my goodness, that feels good. You implore me. The nicest thing I've heard in a very long time. Could you do it again? Implore me some more.
You're your daughter's mother, all right.
I don't mean to be hard on you. If you don't want to implore me, then beg me or ask me or entreat me. Just anything like that.
You're a dreadful old woman.
You'll understand someday. Please.
For heaven's sake. I beg you.
Oh,
I implore you. I beseech you.
beseech. Oh, that's the nicest word. You are a dear, sweet woman. You beseech me. Oh, I can't resist it.
Well then, please, tell me why they asked us to come.
Oh, all right. I'll give you a hint. That's the best I can do. Because I'm a muddle-headed old woman. Now listen, because this is important. Once upon a time, oh, not so long ago, but long enough ago, about 20 years ago, there was a man very much like Daddy and a woman very much like Mommy, who were married to each other, very much like Mommy and Daddy are married to each other. And they lived in an apartment very much like one that's very much like this one. And they lived with an old woman, very much like yours truly, only younger, because this happened some time ago. In fact, they were all somewhat younger.
How fascinating.
And at the same time, there was a dear, sweet woman, very much like you, dear, only younger then, who did all sorts of good works. And one of the good works this dear, sweet lady did was in something very much at a volunteer capacity for an organization very much like the Bye Bye Adoption Service, which is nearby, and which was run by a terribly deaf old lady, very much like the Miss Bye Bye, who runs the Bye Bye Adoption Service nearby.
How enthralling.
Be that as it may, nonetheless, one afternoon, this man, who was very much like Daddy, and this woman, who was very much like Mommy, came to see this dear, sweet lady, very much like you, dear, who did all the good works. And they were very sad, but very hopeful. And they cried and smiled and bit their fingers and said all the most intimate things.
How spellbinding. What did they say?
Well, it was very sweet. The woman, who was very much like Mommy, said that she and the man, who was very much like Daddy, had never been blessed with anything very much like a bumble of joy.
A what?
Bumble of joy.
Oh, like bundle.
Well, yes, very much like it. Bumble, who cares? At any rate, the woman who was very much like Mommy said that they wanted to have a bumble of their own, but that the man, who was very much like Daddy, couldn't have a bumble. And the man who was very much like Daddy said, yes, they wanted to have a bumble of their own, but that the woman, who was very much like Mommy, couldn't have one. And now they wanted to buy something very much like a bumble.
Engrossing.
And the dear, sweet lady, who was very much like you, said something very much like, oh, for shame, but take heart. I think we have just the bumble for you. And the woman who was very much like Mommy and the man who was very much like Daddy cried and smiled and bit their fingers and said some more intimate things, all of which were totally irrelevant, but pretty hot stuff. And the woman who was very much like you, and who had something very much like a penchant for pornography, listened with something very much like enthusiasm. Yee! She said. Oh, me! But that's beside the point.
I suppose so, but how gripping.
Anyway, they bought something very much like a bumble and they took it away with them. But things didn't turn out so bad.
You mean there was trouble?
You got it. But I've got to be speeding things along now. I'm going to be leaving here soon.
Oh, are you really?
Yep.
But old people don't go anywhere. They're either taken places or put places.
Well, this old person's different. Anyway, things started going badly.
Yes.
Well, in the first place, it turned out the bumble didn't look like either one of its parents. Oh, that was enough of a blow. But things got worse. It turned out that the bumble had eyes only for its daddy.
For its daddy? What? Any self-respecting woman would have gouged those eyes right out of its head.
That's what she did. But then, it turned up its nose in the air.
Ugh, how disgusting.
That's what they thought. But then, it began to develop an interest in its you-know-what.
It's you-know-what? Oh, well, I hope they cut the hands off at the wrists.
Well, they did. Eventually. But first, they cut off its you-know-what.
A much better idea.
That's what they thought. But you know, even after they had cut off its you-know-what, it put its hands under the covers trying to find its you-know-what. So they finally had to cut off its hands at the wrists.
Well, naturally.
And it was such a resentful bumble. Why, one night, it called its mommy a dirty name.
Oh, I hope they cut its tongue out.
Of course. As it got older, they found out all sorts of terrible things about it. It didn't have a head on its shoulders. It had no guts. It was spineless. Its feet were made of clay. Oh, just all sorts of dreadful things.
Dreadful.
So, you can understand how they became discouraged.
I certainly can. And what did they do?
What did they do? Well, for the last straw, it finally upped and died on them. You can imagine how that made them feel. They're having paid for it and all. So, they called up the woman who sold them the bumble in the first place, and they told her to come right over to their apartment. They wanted satisfaction. They wanted their money back. That's what they wanted.
My.
How do you like them apples?
My.
Mommy, I can't find Grandma's television. And I can't find the Pekingese either.
Isn't that funny? And I can't find Grandma's room.
I told them everything's hidden.
Did you hide the water too?
No, I didn't do that.
Truth of the matter is, I can't even find Grandma's room.
My, you certainly did hide things, didn't you?
I can't, sure.
Did you ever hear of such a thing, Grandma? Daddy can't find your television, and he can't find the Pekingese, and the truth of the matter is, we can't even find your room.
I told you, everything's hidden.
Nonsense, Grandma. Just wait till I get my hands on you. You're a troublemaker, that's what you are.
I'll be out of here pretty soon, baby.
Oh, you don't know how right you are. Daddy's been wanting to have you sent away for a long time now, but I've been restraining him. I'll tell you one thing, though. I'm getting sick and tired of this fighting, and I just might let him change his mind. And then you'll see what'll happen. Away you'll go. In a van, too. All that Daddy called the van man.
I'm way ahead of you.
Oh, how can you be so old and so smug at the same time? You have no sense of proportion.
You just answered your own question.
Oh, Mrs. Parker, I'd much rather you come with me into the kitchen for that glass of water. What with Grandma out here and all.
I don't see what Grandma has to do with it. And besides, I don't think you're very polite.
You seem to forget that you're a guest in this house.
Apartment.
And that you're a professional woman. So, if you would be so good as to come with me into the kitchen, I'll be happy to show you, more than happy to show you, where the glass is and where the water is, and then you can put two and two together if you're clever enough.
I suppose she's right.
Yes, I guess that's the way things are when people call you up and ask you to come over and do something for them.
I suppose you're right, too. Well, Grandma, it's been very nice talking to you.
And I've enjoyed listening. Say, you won't tell Mommy and Daddy about that hint I gave you, will you?
Oh, dear me, the hint. I'd forgotten about it. If you could imagine such a thing. No, I won't breathe a word of it to them.
I don't know if it'll help you when you're
I
not.
can't tell yet. I'll have to... What is the word I want? I'll have to relate it. That's it. I'll have to relate it to certain things I know and draw conclusions. What I'll really have to do is see if it applies to anything. I mean, after all, I do volunteer work for an adoption service, but it isn't very much like the Bye-Bye Adoption Service. It is the Bye-Bye Adoption Service. And while I can remember Mommy and Daddy coming to see me, about 20 years ago, about buying a bumble, I don't remember anybody very much like Mommy and Daddy coming to see me about buying a bumble. Don't you see? It really presents quite a problem. I'll have to think about it, mull it. At any rate, it was truly first class of you to try to help me. Will you still be here after I've had my drink of water?
Probably. I'm not as spry as I used to be.
Well, then, I won't say goodbye.
No, don't. You don't say goodbye to old people. I think it'll frighten them. Lordy! They only knew how hello and my, you're looking cheerful sounded. They wouldn't say those things either. The truth is, there isn't much you can say to old people that doesn't sound just terrible. Come on in. something? I said, my, aren't you something?
Oh, thank you.
You don't sound very enthusiastic.
Oh, I'm used to it.
Yep. You know, if I was about 150 years younger, I'd go for you.
Yes, I imagine so.
And will you look at those muscles?
Yes, you're quite nice, aren't they?
They sure are. Are they natural?
Well, the basic structure was there, but I've done some work too. You know, in a gym.
Oh, I bet you have. You know, you ought to be in movies, boy.
I know.
Yep. Right up there on the old silver screen. But I suppose you've heard that before.
Yes, I have.
You ought to try out for them. The movies.
Well, actually, I may have a career there yet. You see, I've lived out on the West Coast almost all my life, and I've met some people who might be able to help me. But I'm not in too much of a hurry, though. I'm almost as young as I look.
Isn't that nice? And will you look at that face?
Yes, it's quite nice, isn't it? Good profile, straight nose, honest eyes, wonderful smile.
You know what you are, don't you? You're the American dream, that's what you are. All those other people, they don't know what they're talking about. You are the American dream.
Thanks.
Who rang the doorbell?
The American dream.
What? What's that, Grandma?
The American dream! The American dream, damn it!
How's that, Mommy?
Oh, some gibberish. Pay no attention. Did you find Grandma's room?
No, I can't even find Mrs. Barker.
What was all that?
Oh, that's just the folks. But let's not talk about them, honey. Let's talk about you.
All right.
Well, if you're not the van man, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for work.
You are? Well, what kind of work?
Oh, almost anything. I'll do almost anything for money.
Well, maybe there's something you could do around here.
I hope so. It looked to be a likely building.
Oh, it looked always to be an unlikely building to me. But I suppose you'd know better than I.
I can sense these things.
There might be something you could do around here. Oh, don't come so close. I don't mean I'd mind. I don't know if I'd mind or not. But it wouldn't look well. It would look just awful.
Yes, I suppose so.
So you stay there and let me concentrate. What could you do? The folks have been in somewhat of a quandary around here today. Sort of a dilemma. I'm wondering if you could be of some help to them.
I hope so, if there's money involved. Do you have any money?
Oh, there's more money around here than you know what to do with.
I'm not so sure.
Well, maybe not. Besides, I've got some money of my own.
You have?
Sure. Old people very often have lots of money. More often than most people expect. Come on over here so I can whisper to you. Not too close, I might faint.
Sorry.
That's all right. Anyway, have you ever heard of that big baking contest they run every year? The one where all the ladies get together in a big barn and they bake away.
I'm not sure.
Oh, not so close. It really doesn't matter whether you know it or not. The important thing is, and I don't want anyone to hear this. You see, the folks think I haven't been out of the house in 8 years. The important thing is, I won first prize in that baking contest this year. Oh, it was in all the newspapers. Not under my own name. I used a nom de boulangerie. I called myself Uncle Henry.
Did you?
Sure. I didn't see any reason why not to. I look as much like an old man as I do an old woman. And you know what I called it?
No, what did you call it?
I called it Uncle Henry's day-old cake.
It's a very nice name.
And you know, it wasn't any trouble either. All I did was go out and buy a store-bought cake, keep it around a while, and slip it in, unbeknownst to anybody.
You're a very resourceful person.
Pioneer stock.
Is all this true? Do you want me to believe all this?
Oh, I don't care whether you believe it or not. All I know is that Uncle Henry's day-old cake won me 25,000 smackarolas right on the old loggerhead. How do you like them apples? I thought you'd be impressed.
Money talks.
Hey, you look familiar.
Pardon?
I said, you look familiar.
Well, I've done some modeling.
Oh, no. I don't mean that. I mean, you look familiar.
Well, I'm a type.
Yep. You sure are. Say, why do you say you do anything for money? If you don't mind I asking.
No, it's all part of the interviews. You see, it's that I have no talents at all except for what you see. My person, my body, my face. In every other way, I'm incomplete. I must therefore compensate.
What do you mean incomplete? You look pretty complete to me.
I think I can explain it to you. Partially because you're very old, and very old people often have perceptions they keep to themselves. Because if they expose them to other people, well, you know what ridicule and neglect are.
I do, child, I do.
Then listen. My mother died the night I was born, and I never knew my father. I doubt my mother did. But I wasn't alone, because lying with me, in the placenta, was someone else. My brother, my twin.
My child, my child.
We were identical twins, he and I. Not fraternal, identical. We were derived from the same ovum. And in that we were twins, not from separate ova, but from the same one, we had a kinship such as you cannot imagine. We felt each other breathe. His heartbeats thundered in my temples, mine in his. Our stomachs ached and we cried for feeding at the same time. Are you old enough to understand?
I think so, my child. I think I'm nearly old enough.
I hope so. But we were separated when we were still very young. My brother, my twin, and I. And as much as you can separate one being, we were torn apart, thrown to opposite ends of the continent. I don't know what became of my brother, to the rest of myself, except that from time to time in the years that have passed, I've suffered losses that I can't explain. A fall from grace, a departure of innocence, loss. How can I explain it to you? All right, like this. Once it was though all at once, my heart became numb. Almost as though, just like that, it had been wrenched from my body. And since that time, I've been unable to love. Once, I was asleep at the time. I awoke and my eyes were burning. And since that time, I've been unable to see anything, with pity, with affection, with anything but cool disinterest. And my growing, even there, since one time, one specific agony, since then I've been unable to love anyone with my body. And my hands, I can't touch another person and feel love. And there's more. There are more losses. But it all comes down to this. I no longer have the capacity to feel. I've been drained, torn asunder, disemboweled. I have now only my person, my body, my face. I use what I have. I let people love me. I accept the syntax around me, for all I know I cannot relate. I know I must be related too. I let people love me. I let people touch me. I let them draw pleasure from my growing, from my presence, from the fact of me. That is all it comes to. As I told you before, I'm incomplete. I can feel nothing. I can feel nothing. And so, here I am, as you see me. I am but this, what you see, and it will always be thus.
Child. I was mistaken. Or I don't know you from somewhere, but I knew once someone very much like you, or someone very much perhaps as you were.
Be careful. Be very careful. What I've told you may not be true. In my profession,
Someone, to be more precise, who might have turned out to be very much as you might have turned out to be. And, unless I'm terribly mistaken, you found yourself a job.
What are my duties?
Oh, you'll have to play it by ear, unless I get a chance to talk to you later.
But
I've got to go into my act. Yoo-hoo!
There you are, Grandma. I'm so glad to see somebody. I can't find Mommy or Daddy. Well, who's this?
This, well, the Van Man. That's who it is. The Van Man.
So, it's true. They did call the Van Man. They are having you carted away.
Well, you know, it figures.
So how dare you cart this poor old woman away?
I do what I'm paid to do. I don't ask any questions.
Oh, of course, and you're quite right. I shouldn't meddle.
Well, dear, will you take my things out to the van, please? They're right there.
Why, certainly.
Isn't that a nice young Van Man?
Uh-huh. My some things have changed for the better. I can remember when I had my mother carted away. The Van Man that came for her wasn't nearly as nice as that one.
You had your mother carted away too?
Why, certainly. Didn't you?
No, I didn't. At least not that I can remember. Oh, but listen, dear, I've got to talk to you for a second.
Why, certainly, Grandma.
Now listen,
Yes, Grandma, yes.
listen carefully. You've got this dilemma with Mommy and Daddy, and
Yes, I know. I wonder where they've gone to.
they'll be coming back in. But listen. Oh,
I'm sorry.
now, you've got this dilemma with Mommy and Daddy, and I think I found a way out for you. Oh, will you take the rest of my things out, honey? Oh, fine. Now listen.
Oh, I don't think I could. You really think I could? Why not? What a wonderful idea. What an absolutely wonderful idea.
So?
And you so old. Well, I think it's an absolutely marvelous idea anyway. I think I'm going to find Mommy and Daddy right now.
You do that.
Well, I think I will say goodbye. I can't thank you enough, Grandma.
Thank you. You're welcome. Say it.
Huh? What?
Say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Mommy, I say Mommy, Daddy.
Bye. Me. Me. Goodbye. Oh, but hello.
All the boxes are outside.
I don't know why I bothered taking them with me. There's not much in them. A couple of letters, a few regrets, the Pekingese, blind at that, the television, my Sunday tea
you a cab or something?
Oh, no. Thank you just the same. I'll take it from here.
What shall I do now?
Oh, you'll stay here. It'll all become clear. It'll be explained. You'll understand.
Very well.
Well,
Let me see you to the elevator.
oh, that would be nice.
And I'm happy to say the whole thing's been settled.
Just like that. We're so glad. We were afraid there might be a problem. What with delays and all.
Yes, we're very relieved.
Well, now, that's what professional women are for.
Why, where's Grandma? Grandma's not here. Where's Grandma? And look, the boxes are gone too. Grandma's gone and so are the boxes. She's taken off. And she's stolen something, Daddy!
Why, Mommy, the van man was here.
The what?
The van man. The van man was here.
Oh, no, that's impossible.
Oh, I saw him with my own 2 eyes.
No, that's impossible. No, there is no such thing as the van man. There is no van man. We made him up. Grandma? Grandma!
There now.
Oh, Daddy, where's Grandma?
There now.
I want to watch this.
Surprise! Surprise! Here we are! What? Oh, what surprise?
Why, I told you. The surprise I told you about.
You know, Mommy.
Surprise?
Remember, Mommy, while we asked what's her name to come here?
Mrs. Barker, if you don't mind.
Yes, Mommy, remember about the bumble, about wanting satisfaction.
Yes, of course. Oh, what? How wonderful!
This is Mommy.
How do you do?
Her name's Mommy.
How do you do, Mommy?
Ah, well, hello there.
And that is Daddy.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Now this is more like it. Now this is a great deal more like it. Oh, Daddy, come see. Come see if this isn't a great deal more like
I
it.
can see from here, Mommy, it does look a great deal more like it.
Mrs. Barker, how can I ever thank you?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll send you a bill in the mail.
What this calls for is a celebration. What this calls for is a drink.
What a nice idea.
We have some sauterne in the kitchen.
I'll go.
Will you? Oh, how nice. The kitchen's through the archway there. Oh, he's very nice. Really top notch. Much better than the other one.
Well, I'm glad you're pleased, and I'm glad everything's all straightened out.
Well, at least we know now why we called for you. We're glad that's all cleared up. By the way, what's his name?
You call him whatever you like. He's yours. Call him what you called the other one.
Daddy, what did we call the other one?
Wait, why?
Here we are.
Hooray, hooray! Ah, so, let's all... 5 glasses. Why 5? There's only 4 of us. Why 5?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You must learn to count. We're a wealthy family and you must learn to count.
I will.
Well, let's all take a glass. And we'll drink to celebrate. To satisfaction.
To satisfaction.
Who says you can't get satisfaction these days?
What dresses such
Oh, you don't know how long I've been waiting for you. Oh, listen, about that other one. I'll tell you all about it sometime. Maybe sometime when we're alone. Maybe later tonight.
Oh, yes, that would be very nice.
Oh, God. There's something about you familiar. I just can't quite place it.
I guess that just about wraps it up. For better or worse, this is a comedy. And I don't think we'd better take it any further. No, definitely not. So, let's leave things as they are. Everybody's happy. While everybody's got what he wants. Or everybody's got what he thinks he wants.